everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Kat. So probably by now you know I'm a strategy consultant working in the healthcare industry. It has been a wonderful 8 months working in the healthcare consulting, as I also demonstrated in my last video about how happy I am right now in my current job and why I'm happy about it. So if you haven't checked out that video, please take a look so you know why I am happy and what type of projects I work on. So today I want to dive deep into one type of projects particularly, because even I explained to many of you what do I do as a strategy consultant, and all my other friends and families, people are still very confused on what exactly do you do. In my previous videos, I have used different examples, but it's more just like a general picture, right? I have talked about if a biotech company have multiple drugs, which one should they prioritize to pursue first because of the limited funding, for example, right? So I typically just touch very lightly on the question that we solve in our daily work. But today I want to really share with you a type of work that we also do. I found this very interesting and it's very important for consultants to understand. In the future, if you're interested in being a consultant, no matter in any industry, this type of research is really important for the success of your client's product. So if you're interested in consulting, you have a better understanding of it, you can have a better conversation with your interviewer, which can lead to an offer ultimately, right? If you have been watching my channel, please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. But if you're new here, I'm Catherine. I share with you my healthcare consulting experience with my PhD background. And also on my channel, I discuss different career opportunities as an alternative to academia for advanced degree holders such as PhD, JD, MDs. So without further ado, let's dive into this type of research. So imagine today, let's say you want to go to do grocery, okay? You enter a Target, Walmart, Whole Foods, no matter what your needs are, you go to a grocery store, there are so many different products, right? So let's say you want tea, and then you go to the aisle where you have thousands of different tea selections and hundreds of different brands, right? So how do you decide which one to pick at this point? Right? Let's say in your head you want, okay, maybe I want a black tea, okay, maybe, I want some herbal tea, maybe I want some non-caffeine. You have some general ideas, but you don't really have a strong brand preference, okay? Because for customer A, let's say, he or she prefer one specific brand, then it's probably a no-brainer, and they probably just go to that brand and then pick their regular tea, right? That decision is made already before they go into the market. However, most of the customers, they don't really know what type of tea they want, for example. So you typically just wander around the aisle. There are a couple different factors potentially catch your eye. Which brand is on sale, right? That could save you a couple of bucks. Second, maybe the box looks really pretty, right? You're like, oh, there are so many different flowers. I just want to try. Why not buying a tea with a beautiful box, right? Third, you can be like, oh, actually, this tea says it can help you sleep, which is one of the current problems you're having. You have trouble sleeping. Then you're like, oh, maybe I'll try this tea to see if it helps, right? So different ideas come into your head when you look at thousands of tea selections. Well, if you are a tea provider, a tea manufacturer, right? How can you make a product to catch people's eye? You don't know, because you might have your personal preference, but you don't know how majority of the customer think. Well, now this type of research came in handy because it helps you to understand the voice of customer, VOC research. So what is the goal of VOC research? It is a type of research trying to understand what customer needs or what customer wants, okay? And this is critical because you have to understand why customer are buying this and what are their selection criteria before you're making the product and before launching to the market, right? If you already made a product and you think, oh, this is the best product ever, and you launch to the market and it is actually not necessary. Maybe customer already very satisfied with what they are drinking or what they're eating or what they're using, right? They don't need a new product Maybe customer already know what products they want, but also maybe what they want is not what you are providing, right? Maybe they want a tea to help them sleep, but you are like, oh, actually, I think the box is pretty and this will definitely catch people's eye. No, maybe people don't like pretty boxes. They want a very zen box, maybe, right? Because the tea brings them the calm feeling. They don't want a colorful, floral, let's say, tea boxes to distract them. You never know what customers think. Before you launch this product, even before you actually optimizing this product, you should do the voice of customer research. The most important thing is the customer needs. You want a product to fit their needs, right? Of course, you have other things that you would like to align on. Maybe your company has your own business strategy. If your company always goes for a high-end luxury brand that provides sophisticated feelings, even potentially people prefer cheaper products, you might still have to think about what is the best way to provide a high-end product, but potentially offer different combos to lower total price in order to attract certain customer, right? So the strategy could be different, the pricing could be different. However, you have to understand first what are the customer needs, and second, align that with your company's strategy. VOC research can help you understand what customer needs, right? But let's say in that prior example, they want the lower price, but you cannot provide that. So that is why it is not sufficient to only understand what customers need. You also want to understand why, okay? How do you know why, right? It is a very subjective question. Why we want to understand why? Because you want to understand the psychological behavior, why they're buying this product, why they prefer product A over product B, right? Because there are potentially many variables. You want to understand what is really the key for them to make that choice. So in order to do that, in order to understand what they need and why they need it, we have to do some research. As a consultant, you might ask why the company didn't do that on their own. Well, I can explain in another video why companies need consultants. But in this case, let's imagine our company, my company, a healthcare consulting company, trying to help clients as part of our project understand voice of customer. So we do two different things, right? One, we conduct interviews. As I mentioned in my other video about what I do as a strategy consultant, we conduct interviews with experts in that specific area. So for example, if our client is designing a digital health solution, then we will conduct interview with experts who are using certain softwares or using certain apps and want to understand, are they satisfied with the current product? What products are out there? What are their pros and cons? What you really want to optimize? If there's an ideal product, what do you want it to be, right? So we'll conduct these interviews to really try to understand what they need and why they need it. However, we have limited time and resources, so we cannot conduct these interviews and multiply 100, right? That is a lot of people. So we supplement the interview with a survey. A survey can be quite big. You can have respondents from 100 to 300, depends on the length of the project and how much money client would like to pay for such research. And in the survey, you really want to put a lot of effort on designing the survey. So first, to avoid the respondent fatigue, because if you put 300 questions there, probably everybody's like, oh my God, it's gonna take me 2 hours, I'm not gonna do it, right? So you want to make it short and sweet. You already kind of know why people are doing it, what they need. So you put those questions as a multiple choice, which is much easier than ask them to type things, right? In the survey, and you really wanted the survey to flow well so people are actually enjoying taking the survey and minimize the length of the survey, trying to get the best out of it, right? And so with a combo of interview and survey, you can have a better idea on what customer needs and why they want it. So this combo is a very classic way for consultants or clients, companies conduct such research, There are other types of VOC researches. For example, you probably already know the social media, right? So on the social media, people can engage with you and then, put the little chart on Instagram, for example, do you like this? Do you not like this? And then you will see a little percentage chart. 70% people like the picture on the left and 30% people like the picture to the right? So that is via social media, but the essence of it is still a survey, right? If you guys are interested in this content, I can make another video to tell you why survey is important and how do you actually better design your survey and what are the pros and cons in different types of VOC research. Other than social media, you can also have live chat, right? You can also have focus groups. All different type of research towards customers fall into the VOC research. And as you can tell, it is really critical to design a product that customer wants and needs and really like to buy, right? And you might have heard many startup companies failed because they think they designed a wonderful product, can address all the unmet needs in the market. However, when they launch the product, nobody's buying it, right? So it is because the executive team, the founders, they think the product is amazing, but they didn't do market research. That is why VOC research is so important and so many entrepreneurs do not know that. So if you're an entrepreneur, please consider the VOC research. If you want to be a consultant, this could be type of work that you might do in the future. So I hope this video helps, and let me know if you guys are interested in more type of such research in the future, so I can explain more in detail on customer research and other research such as competitive landscape or how to build a model, different type of research. I would like to share that. But I found the VOC research really fascinating. Just a fun fact to end this video is a very classic example of VOC research is the airline tickets. So you might all know that when you go to the airline companies or different websites to buy your airline tickets, more and more airlines now providing the basic economy type of seats, which did not exist 10 years ago, right? Typically, back then, people buy a ticket, you can take your personal carry-on, everything for free, but the amount of price that you pay up front is a little bit higher, right? Because you want to carry a normal size personal carry-on, you also want to check a bag, right? And then now the trend is this basic economy where you can only probably take a purse, a handbag, really small personal item that fits under the passenger seats, right? Without actually a personal item that you can put on the overhead cabin. Why is that? Why would airline have this type of basic economy that you have to travel without any bigger luggages? And you have to pay, of course, if you want to actually take a full-size carry-on or check a bag. The amount that you pay for the basic economy plus the $50 you have to pay for the personal carry-on, another $100 you have to pay for the check bag. The total price may be a lot more than initially, let's say you just buy a ticket to include all of them. This is because the airlines did the VOC research and they realized actually a lot of people, especially young people, want to do the basic economy. They actually just choose the cheapest ticket. They don't care what comes with it. They're okay with taking the risk. Potentially last minute they have to pay more. And why not launching this basic economy ticket? You attract more people to buy that, and also potentially you would get a lot more profits because many people last minute think they can fit everything in a small bag, but they couldn't, right? It is the best deal for airlines. So hopefully you enjoy my video as well as the little fun facts for the airline. If you do, please like my video and subscribe to my channel so I can provide you more of such content. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time.